I've always thought of myself as someone who chooses words carefully. I'm an editor, for heaven's sake. Words are my profession, my playground, my power. Yet somehow, out of all the possible foolish acts I could commit on a perfectly normal Tuesday morning, I chose the dumbest one. I told my best friend I loved her. Not the usual love you, bro, or love you, babes, or love you, don't die crossing the street. No. 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 I said it with the depth of a Shakespearean confession and the panic of someone who absolutely did not intend for her heart to slip out of her mouth. It happened while she was leaving my apartment, casually tossing her bag over her shoulder, sunlight catching the warm bronze of her skin, her hair tied in a high ponytail that somehow made her look even more annoyingly perfect. Aisha, gorgeous, chaotic, soft-hearted Aisha, smiled at me with that smile that could disarm a military general. "See you later," she said, halfway through the door. "Yeah," I replied. "Love you." Her foot froze mid-step. My soul left my body. Then it came back only to slap me. She turned around slowly, a sly smile curling at the corners of her lips. "What was that?" I gulped loud enough to echo. I meant, like, friendly love. Sister love. Platonic. Friendly. Sisterly love. I kept digging the hole. Aisha stepped back inside, closing the door behind her. She leaned against it. "Say it again." "No." "Say it." "Aisha." She arched an eyebrow. "I didn't hear you properly." I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. Instead, I choked out, "Love you." Her grin widened. "Interesting." "Forget it." "Oh no. I'm absolutely not forgetting it." Then she winked, and left as if she hadn't just set my entire nervous system on fire. And that was the moment my nightmare began. Because Aisha, being the absolute menace she is, decided that my accidental confession was now her plan. The next day, she showed up at my office. No call. No warning. Just the thunderstorm of her personality bursting through the glass doors. "Minahil," she said sweetly. My coworkers looked up like meerkats sensing danger. I went pale. "Why are you here?" "Can't I visit my," she paused dramatically. "Beloved friend?" Someone in the back actually gasped. I dragged her into the corridor. "Stop this." She blinked innocently. "Stop what?" This teasing." "You mean," she stepped closer, her perfume wrapping around me, "the teasing I earned because someone said something interesting yesterday?" "I told you it was a mistake." She pouted dramatically. "So you don't love me?" That's not, Aisha, you're twisting my words." "So you don't?" she pressed. I felt my pulse spike. "Stop asking." She laughed, light and melodic, then flicked my forehead as casually as flipping a page. "You're so cute when you panic." I covered my face. "Please, I beg." "Oh. Before I forget." She pulled a box from her bag. "Lunch for you." I frowned. "You made lunch?" "Yes." "Because you love me." She winked. "Obviously." "Aisha." But she just hummed, placed the container in my hands, and strutted away, hips swaying with confidence only she possessed. The lunchbox had a sticky note. "Eat well, Mary John." Heartsuit. My heart became 70% melted sugar. That night, she called me. "So, lover girl. What are you doing?" "Blocking you," I snapped. "No you're not." "No I'm not," I sighed. And why not? She asked. Because everything she did made me love her more. But I didn't say that. She chuckled softly. Good night, Minahil. I lay awake long after she hung up, staring at the ceiling, wondering how I was supposed to survive her new game when I was already so helplessly in love with her. For the next week, she became unbearable, in the most delicious, devastating way possible. She would send me random voice notes saying things like, "Miss me? Thinking of you. Did you eat? If not, I'm coming over to feed you myself." She knew exactly what she was doing. She'd show up to my place wearing oversized shirts that somehow looked better on her than on me, lounging on my sofa like she owned the place. Every time she caught me staring, she'd smirk. Every time she leaned close, my breath hitched. Every time she touched me, lightly, casually, I felt electricity. One evening, she invited me to a small rooftop cafe. Lanterns twinkled above us. Soft music drifted through the warm air. Couples laughed around us. It was romantic. Too romantic. So, she said, swirling her drink. Tell me again. No. Minahil. I'm not saying it. She leaned forward, her chin resting on her palm. But you already did. Accidentally, of course. And I, she said with mock seriousness, am a woman who appreciates clear communication. I will throw myself off this rooftop. Then I'll jump after you. Why? I demanded. She shrugged casually. Because I love you too. I froze. She giggled. Relax. I'm kidding. A stab to the chest. She saw it. She definitely saw it. Her smile softened. Why do you get so flustered? Because you're torturing me. She stood, walked around the table, and sat beside me instead of across. Her thigh brushed mine. Her fingers tapped my wrist. Slowly, deliberately. Minahil, she said, voice low, I know exactly what I'm doing. I swallowed hard. Why? She smiled, soft, warm, dangerous. You'll find out soon. And just like that, she stood and walked away, leaving me breathless, heartbroken, and hopelessly in love with her. I tried avoiding her. Naturally, she refused to be avoided. The next morning, she barged into my apartment with coffee. Wake up, my love. I need your face. My face is sleeping, I groaned. Too bad. She climbed onto the bed and sat on my legs like a human paperweight. Look at me. No. She grabbed my cheeks. Look. I cracked one eye open. She grinned triumphantly. There she is. Aisha. Yes? You're driving me insane. Good. I groaned and pulled a pillow over my head. She yanked it away instantly. You can't hide from me. 5 minutes. Nope. I sat up in defeat. Why are you doing this? She blinked, expression turning unexpectedly serious. Because I want to know. Know what? She hesitated, only for a second, then shrugged it off with her usual cheekiness. Nothing. Forget it. I didn't. Later that evening, she dragged me along to a small art gallery she said we absolutely had to see. She walked beside me, arm brushing mine every few seconds, fingers occasionally grazing like she was testing something. Inside, the place was quiet, filled with soft lights and abstract canvases. Aisha stopped in front of a painting of 2 women standing close, one's hand hovering over the other's cheek but not touching. I stared at it. She stared at me. What do you see? She asked softly. A moment, I whispered. A possibility. A possibility of what? I exhaled shakily. Of love. Maybe. She smiled, not teasingly, not playfully. It was soft. Vulnerable. Real. Interesting answer, she murmured. Very interesting. For the first time in days, she didn't tease me. She didn't wink. She didn't push or prod. She just stood there, inches away, breathing the same air, quietly watching me. 2 more days of this quiet tension passed, the kind that felt like a held breath between us. Aisha was softer now. Quieter. She still teased me, but her voice was gentler. Her touches lingered longer. Her jokes carried warmth instead of mischief. It confused me more than the teasing ever did. One evening, she called. Come over, she said simply. Please. That please cracked something in me. When I arrived, she was sitting on the floor of her living room, fairy lights glowing behind her, the soft scent of vanilla candles filling the space. She looked up at me, eyes huge. Vulnerable. My heart flipped. Sit, she whispered. I sat. She took a deep breath, picking at her sleeve nervously. Do you know why I teased you? To torture me? She laughed weakly. Maybe a little. But mostly, to see if you'd run. Run? Yes. Because if you didn't mean it, if that love was just a slip, you would have pulled away. You would have stopped letting me in. You would have avoided me for real. I did avoid you. For a few hours, she said. But then you came back. You always come back. I swallowed. Aisha. I wanted to see if your feelings were real. She met my eyes, her voice trembling. Because mine are. My breath stopped. She continued, words spilling now, soft and shaky. I've loved you for a long time. Longer than I should have. I didn't know how to tell you. I was scared. So when you said it first, even by accident, it felt like the universe teasing me. So I teased you instead. I stared at her, stunned. Warmth exploded through my chest. You love me? I whispered. She nodded slowly. Yes. And it terrifies me. I leaned closer instinctively. Why? Because, she said, voice barely audible, you're the one person I can't afford to lose. I reached out and took her hand. She exhaled shakily. For the first time in days, I wasn't the one panicking. She was. And that was when everything inside me clicked. I wasn't the only one tortured. The moment I said it, Aisha froze. Then she moved, slowly, tenderly, curling her fingers around mine like she'd been waiting her whole life to hold me this way. I didn't look away. She didn't blink. Everything felt suspended, the lights, the air, my heartbeat. She whispered, come here. I leaned in. But she tugged me closer until our foreheads touched. You have no idea, she murmured, breath warm on my lips, how many times I imagined this. Then stop imagining, I whispered back. Do it. She let out a soft, breathy laugh. Then she kissed me. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't wild. It wasn't playful like her teasing. It was slow. Honest. Warm. Her lips were soft, gentle but certain, like she'd been practicing this kiss in her dreams. My hands found her waist. Hers slid into my hair. The world melted, leaving only us, the two idiots who danced around our feelings for months. When we finally pulled apart, she rested her forehead against mine again, smiling like she'd discovered sunlight for the first time. "So," she whispered mischievously. "Still embarrassed?" I groaned. "Aisha." She kissed me again, silencing my protest. "Relax, lover girl. I'll tease you forever." "Great," I muttered. "Just what I wanted." "You love it." "Unfortunately." She laughed, a soft, glowing sound, and curled into me, her arm sliding around my waist. "Minahil?" "Yeah?" "That day you said love by mistake." "Yes?" She kissed my cheek. "Say it by intention now." I cupped her face gently. "I love you, Aisha." She melted into me. "And I," she whispered, "love you more than I can ever tease you for." I snorted. "Don't make promises you can't keep." "Oh, trust me," she grinned wickedly, pulling me into her lap. "Now that you're mine, the real teasing begins." I couldn't even pretend to be annoyed, not when she kissed me again, laughter caught between our lips. And just like that, the torture ended.